Welcome to Therapy233 Real Conversations for Real People. And today we are here with Fondmanic. Yeah, bro. Welcome, bro.
Wagwan.
Everything cool.
You
Yeah.
say.
So Fondmanic is actually a clothing line owner, a fashion designer. He's also a video director. Yeah, he has featured in some of our music videos outside. Yeah, so better check him up on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Fondmanic, welcome once again.
Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
bro.
So, bro, before we start, I just want you to know I'm very, very happy talking to you.
Okay.
Because I know this is not our first time meeting, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
we met
that's true.
somewhere. Yeah, we met somewhere 2023. Yeah,
Right.
and I think from where we started, we've actually come far. You've actually come far.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
it's I'm really happy speaking to you today.
Thank
Yeah, on
you.
Therapy 233.
Active.
Active,
Therapy. Two,
active.
three, three.
Okay, so Manik, this is our segment one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is who were you before everything? Who were you before you started the clothing line? Who were you before you started the industry? Before you came into the industry?
Wow, that's quite deep. Yeah. It's very rare to actually receive questions like this from people like you.
Mm.
Who was I before I'm actually a creative director alongside a designer? Yeah. I was Aziz and I am Aziz. Yeah. So in short, we all have passions. When we are young, we actually have like different ambitions and what we really want to do. And I feel like whatever happened when I was younger and where I am now, that was actually destined to happen. So I can say I was actually meant to be a creative director and a designer in the past and now. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay. In the past and now.
yeah,
So, bro, from where you grew up,
yeah.
were you a Ghanaian boy? Did you grow up in Ghana?
I didn't. I actually grew up in Ghana too as well, but I was born in Nigeria. So I was born in Nigeria and I was raised there.
Okay,
So
okay,
indeed, I would definitely have that Nigerian spirit. That's
okay.
because when you are being born at a particular place and you
Yeah,
are raised, if
yeah,
it's even 2 or 3 years, that energy flows and
yeah.
it emerges to where actually originated from.
For
So
real.
I'm Ghanaian. I'm actually Ghanaian.
Okay.
I'm actually Ghanaian.
So at what age did you come to Ghana?
Nine.
At 9 years.
Nine
Oh,
years.
okay, okay. Niger in the chat. Okay, bro.
Please.
W's Niger in the
Yeah,
chat, yeah.
Charlie.
Okay, bro. So you started your let's say when if you were 9, that means probably you were in JHS or probably high school by
No,
then.
no, no. I came here when I was 9 and I was in primary. I
Okay,
started primary
okay,
literally, and that was how my journey started.
okay.
So,
Okay, that's nice.
yeah.
That's very nice. Okay, so growing up, how was the love for fashion? How was the love for music came by? How did you came by that passion?
Okay. One thing about me, if you are really close or you are really fond of speaking to me quite some number of time, you would know I like to create my world. So coming to that aspect of me being a creative designer and a creative director and a designer, I actually felt like it has already been there. If I was supposed to be, or I had ambitions when I was little to become an engineer, or probably a pilot, or a musician, or maybe a dancer, and so
Yeah,
on and so forth. At the end of the day, it leads to art.
yeah, for real.
You understand? So I feel like it was actually in a pattern and
Mm,
had to follow. You
okay,
must follow.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So Manet said you must follow. Yeah, it's a pattern, and we are all following the pattern. I believe
Yeah.
that is right. Yeah, okay. So this is segment one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so bro, when did your creative journey start?
Um, Nigeria. When I was born, that was when it started.
Okay.
Yeah. That was when it actually started.
Okay.
So up till now, it has been possessed
Mm,
and to follow. Yeah. That was when it actually started. When I was born, that was when my creative process started. So if I had ambitions to be other stuff, not relating to art or maybe creative or entertainment,
mm,
it was still meant to be, you know. So that was
okay.
when it started.
That was when it started,
Yeah.
when you were born.
That
Okay.
was when it started.
Okay. Okay. Have your word, bro.
Yeah.
So, fashion and videography, the clothing
Yeah.
line and the videography, like which
Yeah.
one came first?
Okay, so everything came together
Okay.
because I would always want to have a fantasy world full of colors, full of mysteries, full of questions, you know,
Okay.
and it comes in the form of art.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the videography and the
Mm,
directing, creative directing
yeah.
aspect and the designing aspect, I saw it to be one because if I would always have to have like inspiration that leads to like epic music videos, I end up seeing style and the
Okay.
style leads to art,
Mm,
you know.
for
So
real.
it's like a whole vibe, a whole world, a whole universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, bro. That's very nice. And with the part of the world that we are, which is Africa,
Yeah,
when you choose to do fashion and videography
yeah,
related contents,
yeah.
there are critics. And how do you how do you face all these critics? And I want to know, have you ever faced critics before? People
Okay,
criticize your
of
work.
course, yeah.
Okay, how was it? How did you
And
deal with it?
the ones I've experienced so far has not led into my face
Okay.
or I've not seen it on social media. But what I'm seeing is actually positive. But as to the ones I've experienced behind closed doors, they are there and they know themselves. Yeah. So they are ready to accept the good and bad because
Okay.
that's what makes the world, you
Okay.
know. Yeah.
So, what's the energy towards these critics?
I will do more.
You do more. Okay.
Yes, I will do more and be ready to hear more of
And
the
be ready to
critics.
hear more.
That's it.
Yeah, that's solid because
Because
that's what.
sometimes
Yeah.
experiencing a lot of people saying different words or perspective about whatever they think, it makes you feel like, oh, okay, you
Yeah.
can be this
Okay.
sensible and
Yeah.
you can be also be this foolish.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's good to see the foolish ones and it's good to see the wise ones.
Yeah.
That's actually the vibe.
Yeah. For real, bro.
Yeah.
That's real
So
facts.
respectfully, you
Mm.
need to see and pick the ones that will be favorable for you
Yeah.
and leave the ones that doesn't make a lot of
Yeah.
sense.
The bad energy.
Yeah.
Okay. So please choose the ones that are favorable to you. My creatives. Yeah. This is coming from Manek. Yes. So,
Eh,
bro, what was your first ever project?
hmm.
Do you remember?
Precisely on what styling and
Yeah.
because
Let me say. Let me go with videography.
videography.
Yeah. Your first
Wow.
ever project. If it's outside
Okay.
to you, let us know.
Videography that
Mm.
I once directed
Yeah.
was from Mike Acock's Pumpkin.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pumpkin.
No. Okay. Yeah. I can actually say that was a videograph music video that was actually out because it was on YouTube.
Okay.
Despite the fact that I did one or two directions with some freestyle that he made earlier before that,
Okay.
but that was it. It was an experience, and I've never heard a camera for the first time, and I was just like, you know what? Let's live in this fantasy world forever and create the magic. You know,
For real.
let's get it.
Yeah.
And I did it. You know, and
Okay.
it
It's
was
on
an
YouTube right
amazing.
now.
Oh yeah, yeah, Pumpkin
Pumpkin.
by Mike Acox.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, you can search it on YouTube and watch. Yeah.
That
Fully
was the
directed
first
by you. Yeah.
ever like music video.
You directed.
But when it comes to like commercials and stuff,
Okay.
I've directed like few ones internationally with other brands in
Okay.
the United States. So basically that's it.
Are those
Like
also out?
Oh yeah, yeah, they've been out. They are more like collections and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically.
Okay. So when it comes to creative, when it
Yeah.
comes to being creative, what is your inspiration most of the times? Some people will tell you, they go to the beach at night, and that is where they actually get in the mood to create something. You understand?
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
you. The question was,
Yeah, where will your inspiration comes from?
okay, my
Yeah.
inspiration.
Yeah.
I feel like when it's mine, it's for me.
Mm,
And when it's from you, it's from you. You don't have to find a particular place because it feels like you're caged, you know? So when I'm creating and I want inspiration, I look within me where I want to go to, who I want to inspire, who I want to catch with my art, you
yeah.
know? Because I feel like we can pray to heal, we can create to heal, you know? They
Mm,
are all the same thing, but in different forms,
yeah.
you know? So far as the emotion comes with it and you see it, it becomes something that moves you, uplifts you. You understand? So I actually look within me and create because the sky is never the limit for me.
Sky is never the
So
limit.
when I look, I'll be like, okay, let me create a what the fuck. Yes,
Okay.
mysteries, questions. Yeah.
Okay.
So when you're creating,
Yeah.
look within you.
Look within you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't go to the beach. Don't go to the.
Don't go to the beach. Don't
It's
depend
it's
on
it's
things that you think things can get you motivated and
yeah.
stuff. No, don't depend on that.
Because when you go to the beach, when you go to when you go on a vacation, you end up looking within you.
Okay.
The environment are just aesthetics,
For real.
respectfully.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, okay. Yeah. So, bro, the environment are just
Aesthetics.
aesthetics. Respectfully.
Respectfully, yeah.
Yeah,
Look
respectfully.
within you when you're creating and you create the ultimate you. That makes
Okay.
you different.
That's fast, bro.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So, bro, when was the time that you ever felt like you wanted to give up?
Um when I actually have the experience to see or meet Dark's thoughts, I would use Dark's energy to buckle out
Okay.
for real. Because I feel like the fact that you would have a reason to give up,
Yeah.
that means you are someone special,
Mm.
because it means you've been trying, it means
Yeah.
you've been working, it means you've been crying, it means you've
Yeah.
been making a lot of sacrifice. Yeah, and you're like, you know what? Let me give up. I don't think if you have like a missing of a purpose and you are kind of fed up with it, you would have such thoughts if it's not meaningful. So yeah,
Okay.
I've never had such thoughts. Never. And I would never have such thoughts to
Okay.
give up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That is hard. So, do you believe that not giving up and always pushing towards your goal will actually bring forth success?
Yeah. Follow the pattern to
Okay.
lead you to the finish line.
Okay.
Never give up. Focus
Mm-hmm.
and the faith
Mm.
is the ultimate foundation. Yeah.
Never give up. Focus, and your faith is the ultimate foundation.
Foundation. Yeah.
Wow, this is from Manic. So I also want to know,
Yeah.
when it comes to creators, we've already spoken about that, and we have the right to listen to people's opinion about your work.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
But do you think most of these opinions should actually influence your work? Let's say when you bring out the open season designs, and
Okay.
all of a sudden one guy is like, bro, these designs, I love this one, but I don't like this one because of this, because of that. Do you've already made your decision? do you then go ahead and be like, no, since this guy has a problem, I have to change it?
You know what?
Mm.
What makes an art is imperfection.
Okay.
You know, so when you have something that happens to be so perfect, you end up not having the words,
Mm.
the feel,
Okay.
or the growth in it.
Okay.
Imagine you creating something that it be like, okay, everybody fucks with it, everybody loves it, everybody wants to see more of that,
Okay.
but there is no critics.
Okay.
You don't end up growing. You end up doing the same thing that you feel they want, and when you
Okay.
have to serve them. So I feel like it's important to also understand that all these things are meant to exist, to
Mm.
make it perfect and imperfect.
Oh, okay.
Something that balances makes it stable.
Okay.
Something that varies
Mm.
makes it unstable.
Unstable.
So I feel like that was actually meant to also be part of the working process. You
Okay.
need to accept all these things from them first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very cool. So,
Yeah.
how do you also deal with comparison? Because in the industry, that is going on everywhere. So, how do you deal with comparison?
When it comes to comparison, I have an affirmation for myself. You should do that too.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
it makes you you.
Okay.
It
I'm
makes you
listening.
you. Regardless of whoever you believe
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
and wherever you come from,
Yeah.
there is this energy that moves in these people, you know. So you should have your affirmation too. I have my
Okay. So, like, I need to create my own affirmation. Oh,
it's a
you can. You can.
necessity.
Okay. Okay.
It's also uplifts you. It's not
Mm.
only the creators, you
Yeah.
have to create something in your world.
Okay.
So you connect it to the most how.
Yeah.
So there's a whole lot, and this is not the time to
This
say
is not the
about it.
time. Probably we
But
can talk about it later.
say no more, say no
Yeah.
more,
Yeah.
say no
Yeah.
more. But
We'll talk about that one.
you would have to uplift yourself, give yourself that affirmation,
Okay.
and believe that whatever you give to the world
Yeah.
comes from a piece of you.
Okay.
So it actually identifies you to be who you are and what you can create. We have acts that aligns, that
Okay.
happens to be perfect.
Okay.
Perspective, angles, shadows,
Yeah.
balance,
Oh yeah.
on point. But we have rough acts and you be like, oh wow, it helps you.
Yeah.
So what's your excuse? Okay, just create.
That's great.
Create.
That's great.
Create that you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Create that you and connect it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know?
And connect it with, the superior.
Exactly.
Okay.
Have your personal affirmation.
Okay.
Most importantly.
Okay.
Most importantly.
Yeah. So today, if you're
Very
watching,
necessary.
Therapy233, you are learning something very new. Yeah. Most of us is new to us. Okay.
Need
So
to ask you.
so how did pain change you?
Okay. Pain is actually something that makes you grow. Okay. And you have a garden.
Mm.
Whatever you water is to
Yeah.
make it flourish.
Yeah.
With whatever you germinate
Yeah.
is the pain.
Okay.
That is the water.
Okay.
So in disguise, you see it to be okay, you are making the soil more fertile. But no, that's the pain. Because consistently the energy that flows, you put something that makes it flourish and makes the soil fertile, which is the water.
Okay.
Whatever you are doing, whatever I'm doing, whatever anyone in the world that is
doing.
watching us is doing,
Mm.
they are going through the pain to make a meaningful life for themselves, you know? So I feel like
Mm.
my passion, consistency,
Yeah.
indoors and outdoors are my pain. What I face, what I experience are my pain. Who I meet
Mm.
and how I speak are my pain.
Okay.
Those activities that happens to be our day in, day out movements happens to be the pain.
Okay.
because we go to work 9 to 5 happens to be the pain.
Yeah.
You create art midnight, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 2 a.m.
Yeah.
That's the pain,
That's the pain. Yeah.
you know. So
Yeah.
I feel like what I do daily that gives me a purpose is the pain.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. That's very deep. That's very deep. Um. So basically, yeah. So, bro, this is the mental health session. Yeah. Do you think creatives in Ghana really take good care of their mental health? Um.
I doubt.
Mm.
I doubt. I don't think a creatives in Ghana, majority of them take up a mental health because there's a lot going on around us, you know. And if there is more care that is being emphasized when it comes to the mental health or taking care of the self as a creative, it happens to be lack of confidence, lack of, I don't know how to say, like
Self empowerment or
you
something
know,
like that.
lack of something that makes you feel
Confidence.
unleashed. You understand? So I feel like there's a lot of creative out there. There's a lot of creatives out there that tends to go through a lot, and they use that a lot to give a meaningful to their art.
Okay.
They use what they go through a lot to give meaning to their art. So I feel like we should do more of the focus,
Okay.
not more of the care.
Okay.
Because we can all care for each other when we are tired, when we are sad. We can all have, we can all have like other stuff that will uplift us to make us feel comfortable. So we eliminates the pain,
Mm.
or we don't even go through it. At the end of the day, we should focus on how we can recreate that to something meaningful, because I feel like there is a reason something will make you feel down to uplift you.
Okay.
But when you have the reason to be uplifted, you be like, okay, let's follow the pattern, let's follow the energy, let's follow the frequency. But
Mm.
why not also tap it into what makes you feel down,
No.
to
Okay.
uplift yourself,
To uplift yourself.
to generate it to something different,
Yeah.
to your open season.
To open season. To our season.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real. So, how do you protect your peace?
Um, the best way I protect my peace.
Oh.
Wow. Best way to protect my peace. Or
Mm.
best way I protect my peace.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds like a extreme personal scapping. It's really personal.
Ah.
But I feel like the catching your peace is learning how to say no,
Okay.
learning how to be yourself,
Okay.
learning how to know who you are,
Okay.
and following your path. Because I don't think if you're not following your path, you'll be at peace. If
Mm.
you're not following your path, you can never be at peace. If you're not being yourself, you can never be at peace. And so when you combine all these elements and more,
Mm.
you be at peace within. So these are the things that I confine into actually did me my
Mm.
peace of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as human beings,
Yeah.
personally yourself, who do you talk to when things get very tough? Like, yeah.
Okay, I have close members.
Okay.
Thank you so much for always being there for me.
Okay.
Spiritually and physically, thank
Mm.
you so much. You have always been there for me. Actually, they are present and they are not present.
Mm.
Yes, they
Yeah.
acknowledge them. But
Mm.
regardless of anything, it all does come true. Here you go.
Yeah.
Speak to yourself, you'll be fine.
Okay.
I don't think when you pray to God, you need someone else to speak to you to be fine.
No.
Because you speak to yourself indirectly.
Okay.
The Holy Trinity. You know?
Yeah. For real. Word. That's very deep, bro. That's very deep. Okay, so if you're creative in Ghana and you're going through mental health, guys, just get someone close to you and just talk to them. If you're not creative too, bro, this goes to you as well. Yeah, this conversation is for everyone. So take notes, right?
They should
Today,
recreate the pain into something valuable. Valuable. They should recreate the pain into something valuable.
okay,
They should recreate it to be something exceptional,
okay,
everlasting. You
okay,
know, I feel like forget about the care. See, focus on the pain and create something that will be like, okay, that's you.
that's you.
Yeah.
For okay. So you are hearing this first on Therapy 233, yeah, by my own man Manek, bro. Thank you very much,
You're
bro.
always welcome,
It's very
brother.
deep. It's very deep. It's very
I
deep.
got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
viscous. Okay. So Manek, this is lessons. Yeah, on this segment we are going to talk about lessons. Which fuck up actually messed you up, really? And what did you learn from that fuck up?
My mom fucked me up.
Okay.
Yeah. But she did great,
Okay.
and she will always be great. You know.
Mm.
I felt like there was more reason for me to prove to her who I was. Yeah. Yeah, that it's out of pursuit. She had to fuck me up so I can show her more focus. Yeah. And I'll make her proud.
Okay.
So I feel like that was one
Mm.
of my experience that made me feel like, okay, this is reality. There you go.
Mm.
Let's have it. And I'm
Okay.
ready. Yeah. Yeah. My
So,
mom's dead. Besides,
oh, sorry about
it's
that, bro.
calm. It's calm. Yeah.
Mm. So if you are to start over right now, what would you change?
If I would have to start all over right now,
Yeah. What are some things you are going to change? What are some decisions you are going to make differently?
I would accept it. I would leave things how it's supposed to be.
Okay.
Because if I'm supposed to change my story now, I don't know what I'm here to experience. And I'm
Mm.
here to glorify now because maybe probably then I would have lost my leg. And I'm
Mm.
glorifying how I've probably changed from something that I was lost to place to do it.
Yeah.
So for now, I can say I'm very grateful to the Almighty.
Mm.
They're making me a better person now
Okay.
and the best man
Now,
now.
so what does success mean now?
Success actually means, from my own point of
Yeah.
perspective,
Yeah.
it means success.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot. I think success is
Okay.
wealthy of who you are, wealthy of what you can create. Success is what you can own, what you can bring, your thoughts.
Okay.
That's success. That's success. Because I don't think you have a lot of investors out there
Mm.
that are more successful than the people that they've actually invested in, because the thoughts counts. Okay. So that's success. It's well-being. Mm.
Word, bro. Word. Okay. So I believe we are learning new things on Tab 233. Yes. Thanks to Manek. Yeah, bro. Best course.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So this is the rapid fire segment. Okay. So, Fondmanic, I'm about to ask you some few questions here. So you are going to choose your preferred one, right? Money or passion?
Passion, because passion is priceless.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay. Fame or freedom?
Freedom.
Okay.
Freedom is priceless.
Okay. Respect or revelation?
Respect or
Revelation.
revelation.
Yeah.
Wait. Hmm. Resolution.
Revelation. Okay. One word for your journey.
Fun.
Fun. Okay. Advice to your young creatives. Any advice?
make the sacrifice. Just make it. There's nothing like don't give up or give up. It's there. It exists. But make the necessary sacrifices.
Take the necessary sacrifice.
Yes. Lead you to the greatest peak.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah.
So make the necessary sacrifices and it will lead you to the necessary peak.
Or the greatest peak.
Or the greatest peak. Okay, bro. That is calm, bro. So, bro, what will you tell someone who is actually losing hope at this time?
I feel like go listen to some good music. Your favorite ones, of course. And just fantasize of how great you become. You'll be fine. I feel like that alone will give you enough faith.
Okay.
And to keep you going, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, music is life, art is life, emotions are lives that lives within us. Listen to good music, go to your favorite place, have fun, and you'll be fine. Just fantasize, you know.
For real, for real. So what should people remember about Fondmanic?
I am Aziz.
Aziz.
Yes.
Good.
And that's my true name.
Okay, Aziz.
Yeah. That's what I want the world
To know.
to remember about me. That's it. I am Aziz.
Bro, it was nice, having this conversation.
Come on, bro. I got you always.
Yeah, it was, very, very enlightening. And I know each and everyone watching is going to love this piece. Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
You
so
must.
please, you have to drop your, you have to drop your socials right now.
Okay. You can find me on all social media. Fondmanic. Fondmanic.
Okay.
Fondmanic.
Fondmanic.
Yeah, Fondmanic.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, bro, catch you next time. This is Therapy.